This lesson is solve system of equation with two variables by graphing part 3. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. The left is for equation 1, the right is for equation 2. So if you look carefully in the x, y, t table, you can use any value of x if you want. As mentioned in the past video, I chose 0 and 1 because it is easy place to start. Okay, x, you can choose any x you want, but it is best if you choose 0 and 1. However, in this video, I want to show how to solve with other values. Okay, so again, you can do 0 and 1. It is the best place to start. However, I want to show how to solve with other values. Okay, so I'm selecting -2, so put -2 in for x. This is my x right here. Put in the -2. So -3 times -2 gives me +6, and then 4 times 1 will gives me 4. Bring down the +1. Now add and subtract fractions with different denominators. Be very careful. You only do this if you have different denominators. Okay, one more time. You only do this if you have different denominators. Okay, so cross multiply. 6 times 1 gives me 6. Don't forget the plus. 1 times 4 gives me 4. Under multiply, so 4 times 1 gives me this 4. Okay, add together, so I give me 10 over 4. Reduce 5 over 2. So my first point is -2 comma 5 over 2, or in decimal, -2 comma 2.5. Okay, so that's our first point. Now let's find the second point. This time again, I'm not using 1, I'm using another number so that you can see how it is solved by using other values. Okay, so put the 3 in, which I have here. So this is my x, put the 3 in. So -3 times 3 gives me -9. 4 times 1 gives me 4. Bring down the 1. Now I have different, now I'm adding and subtracting with different denominators. Okay, so one more time, be very careful. This method is only for different denominators. Okay, so -9 times 1 gives me -9. Don't forget the plus, bring it down. 1 times 4 gives me 4. 4 times 1 gives me 4. Okay, one more time. -9 times 1 gives me this -9. Bring the plus down. 1 times 4 gives me the top 4. And then in the bottom, 4 times 1 gives me the bottom 4. Okay, subtract across, so that gives me -5 over 4. So my second point is 3 comma -5 over 4, or in decimal, 3 comma -1.25. Okay, so that's the 2 points for the first equation. Repeat this process with the second equations. Okay, so again, you can choose any x you want. However, 0 and 1 would be the best place, but in this video I'm choosing other number so that you can see how it is solved. Okay, besides just 0 and 1. Okay, so I'm selecting -2, so put the -2 in. So here's my x right here. Put the -2 in, so that gives me -6. Now add 6 to both sides, gives me 8, and then divide that by 2, so y is 4. So my first point, -2, 4. Okay, next I'm going to choose 3. Put the 3 in for x. So this is my x right here where I'm circling. That's my x. So 3 times 3 gives me 9. Subtract 9 both sides, gives me -7. Divide by 2 gives me -7 over 2. Or in decimal, it is 3 comma -2.5. Okay, so use these 2 points and then these 2 points to graph. So this is my first equation, this is my second equation. So here's my graph. So the first point is -2.5. So here's my graph right here. -2, which is over here. This is -2, go up 2.5, so that's the first point. The next point right here, which is 3, comma, -1, 2.5, so 3 is right here, go down -1.25, so there's my second point, and then connect, so that's my first line. So the black line right here, this black line is my first equation. Okay, next point is -2, 4, so -2 is right here, go up 4, and my next point 3, -2.5, so 3, the next point is 3, comma, -3.5, so +3, and then down -3.5, so there's my first point, my second point, and then connect, and that's my second line. Okay, so my black line is the first equation, my orange line is the second equation. Okay, so be very careful. Again, when you do this, you do not have to choose 0 and 1. However, it is the best place to start. 0 and 1 is the best place to start. But the purpose of this video is to choose other value so that you can see how it is solved, besides just 0 and 1. Okay, so one more time. This black line right here, this black line is the first equation. The orange line is the second equation. Okay.